Hi everybody. Today it's another tutorial. This tutorial though, it's not something extremely complicated. It's something I was asked because I post actually that build, and I kind of revisited, and people really liked it, and they were asking me how you do it, and it's actually very easy to do, and I decided to do it for you guys. And it's called the winch, but the way I do it, it's with Claptons. It's perfect for a series box. It's gonna be a build, I say, between 0.5, about in that area. Alright, it depends how you mount it. It's gonna be in that area if you use the same gauge that I'll show in the video. So hopefully you guys like, and show me the love by subscribing, by sharing it, you know. That'd be cool, because I need subscribers, because I didn't take care of this channel much. I just process my video and that's about it. But now let's take care of it and let's share it. Alright, so see you in a moment and I'll show you how to do this. Alright. Okay, so this is what we will need today to attempt this build. It's actually a pretty easy build. I wouldn't say this is for advanced. I would say this is for a little bit more advanced than the average, because we need to do a few little things, but this is not a hard build to do. And this build here, it's gonna be excellent for a series box, because it's a build who's actually gonna be 0.5, 0.6, so it's gonna be a pretty high build for people who like Demolo. Series box will provide you with what you need to do it. So what we will need today is 30 gauge and 32 gauge. I will use 30 gauge Nichrome 80 and 32 gauge hybrid. For people who are not familiar with hybrid, it's a mixture of nichrome, nickel, and Kanthal. You get pretty nice colors out of these. You will need an Addy. In that case, it's gonna be the Dragon. I like the Dragon. It's by Seagrain. I like those. These are authentic, by the way, by Seagrain, and these are fairly old. Let's say a good year, and I still build with them all the time. They got like an extension here, like to make a bigger chamber. It's a pretty good Addy. We will need 2mm bit. I always get 2 if I do 2 coils, so I can always keep one in my other. You will need some tweezers, some wicking tools, scissors, wick of course, cutters, long nose. You will need a series box or something that was actually good for higher home. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much what you will need to do this. Oh, you will need a drill also. Alright, so see you up there. Alright, so now I got my 30 gauge here that I just straight, and I'm gonna use that 32 gauge to wrap my Clapton. And guys, you will need about, let's say, close to a yard of Clapton to do this, because we will need 4 pieces of Clapton to do 2 coils. Alright, so let me start this thing. Alright. And once again, you guys see my little tube. I love using this to avoid my wire spitting out of control. I just put it in it, and that's it. Okay, once we're done doing the Clapton, we're gonna cut this wire in 4 pieces of about 15 centimeter. Alright, we will need 4 pieces. That's why we need pretty long of those. And next step, guys, you will need a dot. I put 2 dots so it's easier for me to look through my things without making mistakes. That's the 2mm drill bit. So first step, doing this, you're gonna take them parallel, and there's 2 ways to do it, but I think this way it's the best. First of all, you gotta make sure that they're the same length. You will understand in a few minutes. And unlike most builds that you start pretty close here, on this one we're gonna start right in the middle. Alright, and you'll go ahead and do 3 wraps of those parallel Clapton. Alright, make sure they're tight. Tighter they are, nicer the build will be. Alright, once you have it, always bring them at the bottom. Like I got my 3 loops. Let's focus a little bit. Alright, you see, I keep my 3 loops, which is 6 wrap parallel, right on top here. Alright, and at the bottom I keep my finger on those. Right, let me zoom out for a sec. That's when you'll take your drill. Alright, you make sure you keep your thumb on it pretty tight to keep the coil tight. Alright, so now you're gonna put just the tip of them into the drill. Oops. Alright, trying to stay in focus of the camera, so I'm having a hard time. Alright, once it's in there, you tighten it a little bit. You don't need to tighten it too much. And once it's there, you keep it tight. And you, well, right now I'm counterclockwise. I'll keep on going counterclockwise. And I'm gonna tighten it pretty tight. Alright, by keeping your thumb on it, because you will feel it that it wants to twist. Alright, once you're there, try to manage to untie this. Now you got your twist on that side, and then you do the same on the other side. But on the other side, to make it funky, you can keep on going the same side, or you can put it counterclockwise, so it's gonna come back in. So it's pretty cool. So this is the hard part of this, it's to put it in the goddamn chuck. I'm trying to stay in focus again. You gotta make sure they're tight, nice and even. There's no slack in it. Alright, so now we'll keep on going counterclockwise. When you're pretty much the same on both sides, and you're ready. Alright, once you got this, remember you got your plain loops on this side. Let me focus again. Adjust this. Alright, so now you got this, right? So all you gotta do, by keeping it on it, you're gonna do 2 more wraps with those twists. Now you can see the winch coming together. and on the other side. And you gotta make sure like that the joint, you'll see there's a joint where the single turn into a double. You try to manage to hide it under, and that's what you should get. Alright, now let's mount this one. Alright, so now Addy, I'm gonna cut some of it a little bit to make it easier to go in. I didn't do what I usually do. Always cut one shorter than the other. Makes it easier to go in. Alright, so now let's tighten this motherfucker. So let's tighten this. You see, it's a fairly easy build to do, and it looks really pretty. And to me, I love this build on, like I said, a series box, because it's pretty high. I usually vape like lower, let's say below 0.02 or 0.02 is my my favorite homing. Alright, so now let's fix this after. You see, it's pretty decent. Alright, so now let's make the other one. Let's cut this, get it ready for the new build. And what I usually do always is, since I don't use let's get it to focus. Alright, since I don't use those cheap cutters that can't cut for shit, lower and bigger gauge, what I do is I use regular cutters, and when I got like those little leftovers, I try to go as close as I can, and once I'm there, I take one of my little screwdriver and I tuck them in the hole. This way it won't touch my coil on the other side, especially the center post. So this way the wire is out of the way. Alright, give it another tight. We'll cut those leads. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see, that's what we're getting. That's before fixing it. Alright, now let's focus out, and I will put this on at meter to see how low it is, and we'll see each other in a second. Fix this. Before sparking it, always make sure everything is fine, nothing is touching, nothing is shorting. And you know, there's coil back to this. And people will say like, oh, you just torch your wire before you do it. Yeah, but if you do so, you'll ruin the chance to have nice colors on your wires. And to me it's cheating a little bit. It's a lot harder when there's coil back, but once you succeed, you're very happy. Alright, let's tighten these again just to make sure everything is nice and tight. Alright, let's try this, because I want to try to make it as nice as I can before try burning it, because I might have a chance to get some crazy colors. Don't know if you guys saw the other one that I posted. The reason why actually I do a tutorial on this, because many people ask me how to do it, and it's actually pretty easy. And you always pulse very slow. If you see some wire gets loose, you just tighten them to make sure everything fires very nice. You see, I'm already starting to have some colors. I'll show you guys in 1 second. You see, colors are starting to change. Now it's like goldish. Now it's changing to blue. You see, this is how you do colors. Let's tighten this a little more. Hold it. Very pretty. That's why, you know, like, if you keep on pulsing it, you're gonna lose all the colors. And again, the best wires to do colors, to me, it's the hybrid wire. They do like freaking crazy colors. Nichrome 80, pretty good. I wouldn't suggest to go higher than Nichrome 90. But yeah, because over that you get like pretty high. Let's make some more colors appear. See, I'm just pulsing it. And now look at this one. You see, it's nice and pretty. Look at this one. This one is freaking nice. You see, this is how you do these kind of coils. These are called winch, but I call this one Pimp My Winch. Just with a simple Clapton, you can be creative and try it with twist, with any type of wires. I'm gonna try to do it next time with smaller gauges, and instead of being just a plain Clapton, it's gonna be a Clapton. I'm gonna use a micro Clapton to Clapton my wire. I'm gonna try this, but I think it's so beautiful. I don't want to touch it because I want to take pictures of it compared to the other one, because insane colors on this. Okay, so we're back for the wicking. So it's pretty simple. We wick this like we usually wick, and like I always say, when you wick, don't put too much wick, because it won't soak, the juice won't travel, and sometimes people say, oh, this build tastes like shit. It's not the build that tastes like shit, it's the wicking. Wicking actually is an art as much as making coil is. Keep that in mind, guys. When you don't have a nice result, try re-wicking different ways before you put a judgment on some coils. Because wicking is an art. You got different type of wick. To me, I won't really bother with the different names, because once again, it's like wires. Most wires come from the same company. They just have different logos, different brands. The same with wick. And more process they put to the wick, worse it is. That's, to me, the cleanest you can get. It's those Japanese organic cotton. All the other things, like, oh my god, I seen some, like, I have some that I can show you. I don't even remember. I think it's Dragon Wick or something like that. It looks like an old sock, it tastes like an old sock. And they sell that pretty expensive for cotton. So the only one I think it's worth, it's those Fiberwick. I like Fiberwick. I won't say the name of that company until they sponsor me. But yeah, I like using their wick when I use other things like stovetop. I love to use their wick when I do stovetops. Yeah, there are certain builds I like to use fiber. But like I say, I always go back to organic cotton. And like I just did, you never put too much cotton. You see, all what I have on the side is just touching the bottom of the well. It's not like laying in the bottom of the well, because if you have it lay in the bottom of the well, the juice will be attracted to the bottom of the well instead then want to go automatically up. Alright, that's how you wick something that you can puff more than one vape or two out of it. So yeah, let's juice this with my favorite juice for the past couple of weeks, the gummy. Very freaking good. I love it. If you guys want some, you can get some. It's written right at the bottom, liquidejuice.com. They got great lines of juice. They have their own juice, which is among the best, and they always have the greatest of them all, and that's why I love Liquid E-Juice. Check this out. And by the way guys, since I fixed it, homing always changed. You see, it was at 0.7, now it's down to 0.5, 0.4, 0.48. That's where it's at right now. But it's pretty high. Check this out. Alright, so let me fix the camera and see you up there, and I'll show you how it vape. We're back. Okay, so this is what it looks like once wick. Alright. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Alright, so let's try this. So tasty. Very thick. So yeah, this is the winch revisited with a Clapton. So you try this guys, you'll love it. I bet $100 if you got a $30, this will become one of your go-to, because flavor is awesome out of it. And you make sure to share this and subscribe guys if you want some more tutorials. That's the thing, I need to raise up the channel since I haven't really taken care of much of it. Come on, show me the love people, and subscribe and share, and I promise I will show you some crazy builds that I can do. Alright, so peace and see you next time on the next tutorial.